If you have ever tried turning your Procreate drawing into an SVG cut file, then you already know how frustrating it can be. Jagged lines, messy layers, complicated software settings you don't understand, and somehow your file still won't cut correctly. But today I'm going to show you a much easier way. In today's video, I'm taking you from a Procreate drawing and turning it into a clean, cut-ready SVG file using an app called SVG Trace. No Adobe Illustrator, no confusing vector tools, and no spending hours trying to clean your design. This workflow is perfect if you create stickers, shirts, decals, cut files, or basically any digital products, and you want your artwork to look professional. By the end of this video, you will know how to go from Procreate illustration to clean SVG without the headache. Hey friends, I'm the creator behind Signature Couture, where creativity meets cut files, sparkles, and all things custom. I design my own SVG cut files, create original illustrations in Procreate, make vinyl decals and stickers, rhinestone templates, custom clothing. Honestly, if I can design it, I'm probably going to make it. My goal is to help creators make amazing things without overcomplicating the process. So whether you're here for SVG tutorials, inspiration, rhinestone designs, digital art, using Silhouette Studio, or creative business tips, then you're definitely in the right place. Now let's make something awesome. But just before we jump in, my new Facebook group is where we will share ideas, ask questions, show our projects, and help each other grow creatively. And over on TikTok, I share behind the scenes content, quick tutorials, design tips, new projects, and a whole lot of crafting inspiration. So if you are a creative person like me, definitely join the family. All the links are below. Before we start, just a reminder that Procreate is only available on iOS, so iPads or iPhone. So yeah, let's get going. So once you are in Procreate, you've finished your final drawing. Now we want to convert this into an SVG file. All we are going to do now is go up to the top left hand corner and we're going to click on the wrench icon. And then we are going to make sure we are on share on the top layer. So not add, not canvas, but share. Then once we are on share, we are then going to go to share image as PNG. So then we are just going to click on save image. And now that image has been saved to our camera roll. So now once we've done that, we need to open the app called SVG Trace. So this is what SVG Trace looks like. As you can see, I do loads and loads of different projects. I would recommend SVG Trace if you were just using these cut files for yourself. If you are somebody who's going to be selling your SVG files like on Etsy or any other platforms like that, then I'd recommend that you do your SVG editing in an app called Adobe Illustrator. Adobe Illustrator is just going to give you a much better, cleaner overall result. But like I said, if you were just doing these for yourself, then this app is excellent. So now what I'm going to do is click on Converter at the top and we're going to choose from our photo library. So once we have added that, as you can see in the right hand side, we got two colors there. We got the black and the green. I like to just click that green off. We're going to delete it, and I always like to start with the first color, which is black. So all we need to do now is choose every color that we can see in the image. So you can actually zoom in and stuff as well, which is really cool. So I'm just going to zoom in a bit. So now we just need to click on every single color that we want to choose. So we're going to go with the blue, we're going to choose the gray, we're going to choose that orange, we need that green, we need the dark green, we need the alien head green, and then the last color which we need is the purple. So also as well, this is a new feature. So you've got this little toolbox down in the right corner. You've got smoothness, despeckle, simplify, and AI. All I like to do is turn my smoothness right up. So it's just going to help me get smoother lines. Now I'm happy with everything there. I'm going to click on convert and it's now going to do its magic. There we go. So we are ready to go clean this design up and get it how we want it. So now I want to click on next and we're going to go by color. So we're going to choose black first. So now this is always going to be my bottom layer. So all the colored vinyl pieces I always like to apply on top of this layer. So now I want to fill this layer, okay? So you can either do autofill, which is perfect, it's done everything that I need to do, but I'm going to go back to show you because sometimes autofill don't work. So you need to go on fill cut, and then what we need to do then is tap on each individual part that we need to fill. So as you can see, like things like this, if you tap the alien head, then we do need to go back in and fill those little pieces as well. So I'm going to go back to autofill, and like I said, job's done, easy as that. So now that is done, that we are happy with that, we can go on to the next color, which is our blue. So I'm happy with that. I don't think there's anything there that I need to clean up. Let me just move that around. So if you click on pan, it's just going to allow you to move it around, and you can zoom in and zoom out. So what you want to do when you're doing each color layer, you want to keep an eye out for any tiny little pieces that you're going to need to erase, because those tiny pieces will cut when you go to cut it on your machine. So I'm happy with that color layer. We're now going to go to the gray. Again, we're just going to move this around and see if there's any tiny little pieces that we need to erase, but no, that's looking good. Okay, let's go on to the next one, which is now the orange layer. Again, just have a little move around on there. No, I'm happy with that. Green layer. Just going to zoom in a little bit on this one just to double check, but no, I'm happy. Here we go. So as you can see on this layer now, we got some lines that we need to erase. So all we're going to do is go to the erase tool. I like to make my eraser small, because otherwise if it's too big, you're just going to catch these pieces, which you don't want to do. So if you do get rid of a piece that you didn't want to, you just click the back button at the top left hand corner, and we're going to go back. Like I said, the eraser, change the size. I like to go with a smaller size, and then we're just going to go in and get rid of these little pieces there, because like I said, they will cut out when you go and send it through your machine. Now we want to take away all of this, so we're just going to now go in with, oh, as you can see, for some reason it took away parts at the top, so we're just going to go back to get those bits back. Okay, so I'm going to make the eraser smaller and just go in. If that does happen to you, just go back and just go back in, but just go a lot slower. Here we go. So I clicked off the eraser, and we have now gone back to pan, so we can move this around and check for any other pieces. As you can see, I've missed one at the top there, so I'm just going to go back to erase, and we're going to get that one at the top. There we go. And I've got all the pieces now that I wanted, so I'm going to go back to the color choices, and we're going to go to the next color layer, which is the alien heads. Zoom in a little bit, just check for any little pieces that need to be erased. Nope, that is a clean layer. And then the final layer is the purple layer, and we're just going to do the same on this layer. Just make sure that there's no pieces that we need to be erasing. There we go. There's two sneaky ones there right at the top. We are going to get rid of those. So I'm going to go back to the eraser, and we're just going to clean them off, and then go back to pan, zoom out, and there we go. Now, quick run through your layers again, just to make sure that you're happy with everything. So once that is complete, all we're going to do is export it, and then you're going to click on save. As you can see in the file type, it says SVG, so you can choose SVG or PNG, and then you want to click on save, and then you're going to go and click view more, and then save to files. I'm not going to save it to file because I already have it saved to my files, but next I'm going to show you what it looks like when you open it up in your cutting software. Right, so I've just opened up the Silhouette Go app. I just like to use this app just to make sure that my layers are all okay and that it is going to cut okay. But when I do actually cut my vinyl, I do use the Silhouette Studio on the PC. So all we're going to do is choose the option of the plus sign, which is in the folder in the bottom left corner. And then we're going to click insert from device. And then you're just going to find where you saved your file and click on it. So there we go. I'm just going to zoom out so I can just move this around and just place it there. And then we're just going to downsize it slightly. So the next thing I need to do is, I don't need to do this when I open it up on the PC in Silhouette Studio. It automatically does it all as separate layers. So you do need to highlight it all to move all the layers together to get the size before you move each individual color. So what I need to do in this app is I need to ungroup all the colors, and as you can see, for some reason it's put the black layer in front of everything else, which is fine because I know from using this app before that my other layers are behind this black. So I'm just going to click on that black layer and move it over there. So that one's fine. We got these ones are fine. So as you can see, all these are individual cut colors. That is how I check my final SVG before I use it. So congratulations, you have just completed taking your drawing from a PNG into an SVG cut file. If you want to see me cut this SVG file and layer each color, then I have done a video on that already, which I will pin at the end of this. Also, I'll pop the link in the description. Don't forget to join our Facebook group, which I will pop in the description, where we can all share our projects, share everything that we've made, and just support one another. Cannot wait to see you there, and I cannot wait to see what you create.